In this video, I'm going to share with you the most unique mid-engine Corvette build that the factory has ever produced. And that would be this car right here, the 2020 mid-engine Corvette in the Red Mist Metallic. This is the first Red Mist that we're getting here at the dealership, and I gotta tell you, it's the most unique built car that the factory has ever produced, and I gotta tell you, I like it. The new owner of this car is my #1, maybe #2 customer, and depending on the day of how much he bugs me, maybe my #3. And as I joke around, I've known Chris, who's gonna own this car, for probably 10 or 11 years now. We've had so many funs and so many laughs together, and it's exciting for me to deliver this car for him and show you guys about the car on Walk Around Wednesday. Before I get into the full build of this car, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel with all your bell notifications on if you don't do so already. The first thing I love about this car is absolutely the color. The Red Mist that's brand new for 2021 is absolutely fire. The Trident wheels on this car, you know, I got Long Beach red car, and originally I put silver chrome wheels on my car, and you just can't go wrong. I mean, it just pops when you go there. And that yellow calipers, it looks really good. I love this. Wait till you see the inside of this car, because that's what makes this car very, very unique. This is a 2LT car, and the best way to tell if you're getting a 2 or a 1LT is looking down here for the front cameras and looking right there on the dash for the heads-up display. You automatically know when you see the heads-up display in the front cameras that it's at least a 2LT. And I'm gonna show you the seats on the inside, because then you really know it's a 2LT. I'm gonna walk around this beautiful color car, because the way we have it sitting in the showroom floor, the lights reflect on it. We've got the garage door lights that cast some shadows on it, and really this is probably the most unique way to see the Red Mist Metallic. But I do have a video coming up that I'm going to share with you some past colors of the Corvettes compared to this, just to give a little bit more insight on this. But absolutely awesome when you walk around this car of how much it actually changes colors with the lights and the sun. And well, there's not much sun out here today, but it changes so many colors around it. This car stickers for about $75,000, and I'll share with you all the options later in the video. This is a non-Z51 car. As you see, there's no spoiler on it, but let's hop on the inside and I'm gonna show you what's really unique about this car. You can see right off the bat he did natural interior, and he put in the yellow seat belts, where this is a little contrast. I gotta tell you, it sticks out. And for someone who likes to have unique things, I absolutely love this interior. Just like with my car and my wrap, most people are gonna say something negative about this, and you're probably gonna put negative comments in it, but I don't want my cars to fit in with everyone else. I want my own unique thing. That's why I have my wrap. That's why I do what I want to do. And so with this right here, this is really something unique, and it's really cool. And we talked about this during the order process. If you ever get tired of these yellow seat belts, you can simply just change them out. It's not like changing out an interior choice or exterior choice or something to that effect. These are really easy to change out, to put black ones in, to put red ones in, green ones in, yellow ones in, whatever the case may be and whatnot. But when you come to the steering wheel right here with the natural interior, you have the natural center line as well. And I absolutely love the center line on this car. I've got almost 24,000 miles on my car, and it's just really cool. You don't really see it every day, but it's kind of nice to have right there. And the really cool thing that I love about my C8 is this square steering wheel. When I first saw this square steering wheel, I wasn't too sure about it, but now every time I get into a rounded steering wheel, it feels so weird and so awkward. These square steering wheels are super, super nice. There wasn't many changes through the 2020 to 2021, but there are a couple things that you need to do on the car right from the get-go. And this is a really bad thing for car dealerships, because I've already done this in this car, but when you come into vehicle, there's actually 2 more features in here that we didn't have in 2020. And that would be those 2 top ones, buckle to drive and drive mode customization. And what happens when you have the buckle to drive feature turned on is you have to buckle your seatbelt in order to drive. So what happens with that is that when you're moving around, like on the showroom floor, like I do a lot, or on the lot here at the dealership or in detail, it makes it like kind of silly, right? I don't need to put my seatbelt on to move it 3 foot back on the showroom floor, but this makes you required. So there's 2 things that you can do here. So we'll turn the buckle to drive back on. You'll see the message right up there. It says buckle seatbelt, and we're going to try to put it in gear, and you can see that it didn't work. Now here's the second hack. if I do this a second or third time, I haven't really figured that out because it's been kind of goofy, but if I basically what I was doing is I was doing this and it went into drive. But in a nutshell, when you do it twice, when this feature is on, it'll allow you to do it. So if you have forgotten to shut that feature off, just hit this twice or hit this twice, and when that feature is on, it's going to override the system. So that's kind of a really cool hack about it. And then the second thing that they came up with was the driver mode customization. I really like how this is done. It's a really cool feature. So in Z mode, I can literally whoop, take this up, take this down. I can do the brake feel. I can literally come right here and do this a lot quicker than what we did. My mode, same thing. Suspension track, brake feel up. We want the sport, we want the engine sound, whatever the case may be, we can do that. And we can turn to visualization, if I could say that right, visualization, or whatever, you guys know what I'm saying. I can turn that on as well, and that does a few more features. So that's really, really cool on there to see that we can kind of do that a lot quicker than what we could in 2020. So another really cool thing is we have the Jake logo all-weather floor liners in here. So yes, we have the Jake logo up there. We have the Corvette logo right there. This replaces the carpeted floor mats, so it's super nice for someone like myself who drives all year round. And the only reason I haven't done this because I have blue interior and I didn't like the contrast of the black and the blue. But yeah, it's a really cool feature to have on this car, along with having out the summer mats that you can take these out in the summertime when it's not raining and snowing like this. And Chris, who owns this car, I haven't talked to him individually on if this is gonna be a daily driver or not, but knowing Chris, he'll drive it pretty much all year round. If it's raining out, he'll drive it in the rain. These don't melt in the rain, if you don't know that at all. But you can drive these in the rain and be safe. And a couple other the cool features on this car I think that you absolutely have to get is magnetic ride control. That tells you, that little wire right there tells you that you got magnetic ride control. Magnetic ride control is absolutely awesome. And as I mentioned earlier, this car is not a Z51 car. So now, which is a cool feature that they've done for 2021, is you can get magnetic ride control without getting Z51. So that essentially saves you multiple thousands of dollars. So in 2020, you had to spend $5,000 to get Z51 and then spend the additional money to get magnetic ride control. Well, 2021 came, they said, hey, you can get magnetic ride control. Z51 went up to an additional $1,000 for $6,000. So it essentially, we got the window sticker here. You don't need to spend $6,000 to get magnetic ride control. And as I mentioned, this is the 2LT and the sticker price is $75,860. So what we do is we put the front lift on it, which he needs for his neighborhood. He's got some really big speed humps. So this will be perfect in his neighborhood. We did magnetic ride control. We did the Trident wheels that you saw earlier, performance exhaust, the Red Mist 10 coupe, yellow calipers, and yellow seatbelts. So for 75 grand to get a supercar that's capable of doing 2.90 to 60 seconds, and this car is faster than the Z51 with over 200 miles an hour top speed, it's pretty impressive. And probably the coolest feature on all the Corvettes, C5, C6, C7, and beyond that I've all sold is we have the removable top. So on a nice summer day, you take that off and you put it right back here, store it, and off you go. And of course, the very #1 rule when you replace the top back on the car is you hit these 3 latches, because you do not want to become part of the exclusive Flying Roof Club. These tops are extremely expensive and you don't want to have to replace them. And to show you the trunk space that you get in a mid-engine Corvette, it's pretty amazing. So my wife and I just went on a quick weekend trip and we got everything in the back trunk. We didn't have to use the front trunk. So it's really super nice to have all that area. And up here on the front trunk, you've got all of this area as well. And this will fit like a typical standard carry-on suitcase. And of course, the coolest feature that you can get on the car is the museum delivery. So with the 2 trunks, you'd want to make sure you don't bring a full-size checked baggage luggage if you do museum delivery, because you won't get that luggage home because it won't fit in here. So make sure you only do carry-on if you're going to do museum delivery. And I'm very fortunate, well, not so fortunate, to have this Elkhart Lake Blue convertible here. So I'll show you the trunk space on here and why I'm not so fortunate. One of my lot guys actually wrecked this vehicle and we had to fix it. If you want to know that story, let me know down below, and I will give you that story in a future video. So when you look at the trunk space of the convertible, it's exactly the same in here. You just don't have that little landing up here that you would never use anyways, that has no bearing. So the deck lid's a little bit smaller and you don't have that landing up here, but it's the exact same space all right here on the convertible. So looking at this car from the outside, you can't tell how unique it is. You definitely have to get into it, but I absolutely love this build of the car. Do you think he should powder coat these wheels, or do you think he should leave them silver? Black wheels look good on this car as well, but these silver Trident painted wheels look pretty awesome as well. And one more look on the interior. This is absolutely amazing. The crystal red and the natural interior with the contrasting yellow seat belts. It's very unique, and it's probably the most unique C8 that the factory has ever built. Every Wednesday, we do a walk around Wednesday on some of the most fascinating cars that I can come up with. If you have a suggestion of a car that you want to do, it doesn't even have to be Chevy. Let me know down in the comments section. Until then, make sure you check out that video there and that video series there, so that way you don't get scammed on your next car purchase.